In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Hyperice Heated Massage Treatment Head. Hi, I'm Dr. Todd Sullivan from Nova Chiropractic and Acupuncture. Hyperice has developed one new treatment head that we can use with our massage guns. The treatment head incorporates heat into the actual treatment head itself. And it has 3 levels of heat, and this can help to increase the blood flow, increase the flexibility, and decrease any muscle pain or tightness. The treatment head itself has 3 levels of heat, chargeable via USB-C, actually on the treatment head. And what's nice about it is it can fit into any of the Hypervolts or any of the Hyperice products, but it can also be used in several other different types of massage guns, provided it has that massage gun treatment head. What I like about the heated treatment head is, again, it has 3 levels of heat, and it's actually quite warm. There's a low, medium, and high setting, and the high setting gets very, very warm, so you can get a pretty good penetration of the heat deep in the tissue. One of the things I like about the treatment head is it's very broad, so you can treat a bigger area pretty quickly. And because it's a broader area, it's not going as deep, which allows the treatment head to actually effectively apply that heat to that tissue. And one of the main benefits of this heated type of treatment head is increases blood flow to the tissue. So in addition to the percussion, you're also getting the blood flow because of the heat. And that can increase your flexibility and then help to decrease pain. And like I said, what's great about it is you can retrofit this into any of the Hypervolts or even other massage guns. It'll fit into those. And so you don't have to buy a new massage gun in order for that treatment head to fit into it. You can just buy the attachment. One of the nice things about the treatment head, because it's also broad and it's also smooth, is you can use this over clothing as well. So it's not going to get restricted or caught up on the clothing. And sometimes, because it can get very warm, I actually use it right over clothing so you're not potentially burning the patient. It'd be very rare you'd have to hold it on the tissue for a while, but it does get very warm. So in that case, I sometimes will use it right over clothing instead of bare skin. And that leads to one of the cons of it. Because it can get very hot, you have to be very careful and find the right setting for that patient. It may be a lower setting than you're used to, but you can dial it in with the 3 different settings to get the right appropriate heat for that person. One of the other negatives of this treatment head is when you're using it at a higher percussion level is you're not getting as much contact with the skin, so you don't feel the heat as much. It's still there, but it's just not as significant as when you're using it at a lower setting. So if you're constantly using it at a higher setting, you may not get the same results. And because it can get very warm, a lot of times I just treat it over the clothing. I don't actually treat it on the bare skin. And that way you prevent any potential overheating of a specific tissue or different area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate the product for you. I'll show you how to use it, what it looks like, and how you can use it in different massage guns. And then I'll also show you another way I have started using it in my office. So this is Hyperice's new heated treatment head. So what it looks like, it has a big surface area like this. It's actually really smooth. And then on side of it, it has a USB-C charging port. So that's nice. You can just plug it in, charges right up. And then there's just one simple button to turn it on. So you hit the button, like turn it on. And then you hit it once to go to level 1, and then 2 to go level 2, and then 3 to go level 3. And how this works is it just fits into your normal Hypervolt, or this actually can fit into any other massage gun, which is nice. So you don't have to buy any new massage gun. It'll work in most massage guns. And then all you're gonna do is just turn on your device. And I typically recommend you keep it at a level 1 or level 2 massage, because if you go to level 3, sometimes that increase in percussion, you don't feel the heat as much. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna demonstrate how I would use it on the quadricep here. Okay, so to use this, we've turned it on, and we're gonna go up and down her quad. And this is great for a bigger muscle group, like the quadriceps or the hamstrings or the calf, because it is a broader treatment head. And again, what I'm gonna do with her is just up and down the main portion of the quad, and we're gonna go lateral. Now, typically I will do this over clothing. What I have found is the 2nd and 3rd level of heat on this is actually really warm. You have to be careful if you're doing it on bare skin. If you leave it on one spot for too long, it can actually cause any little like burning sensation, and it will be very uncomfortable. So often we'll do it over pants just like this, and we'll go up and down. And so Renee, through your pants, how warm does this feel for you?
It feels pretty warm. It's actually impressive, especially if you hold it still. Even through my clothing, you can feel a good amount of heat.
Now, is that uncomfortable level of heat right there?
It's not uncomfortable, no.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it just on the bare skin just so you can get a quick feel for what that feels like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that feels a little more uncomfortable.
Yeah, so you got to be careful with when you're using it. I would typically recommend it over clothing, a light layer of clothing. If you're doing it on the skin, you just have to keep moving it. You can't keep it in one area there. But this will help to increase the blood flow to the area along with the percussion, which will help to loosen up that tissue. One other way you can use this is by just actually attaching it to your massage gun, but not turning on the percussion. And what that's going to look like is I'm going to apply pressure down into the area and just kind of, again, focusing on maybe holding on a spot for longer. Because you don't have the percussion going, you feel the contact with the heat the entire time. And because you're applying pressure through the massage gun, you can actually get a pretty good depth into the muscle there and just, again, kind of go up and down. Think of it almost like a heated stone massage there. You're gonna kind of focus in on any spots and working back and forth. But again, just be careful if you're doing it on the skin not to leave it in one spot for too long. But it's pretty impressive actually how warm it gets. What I like about it just charges up USB-C, so no special cable for that, which is great. And then the other great portion of this, the other great benefit of this is it can go into any massage gun for the most part. So any of the Hypervolts or any of these other massage guns, it'll typically fit right into it and you can just plug it in right there. The main downside I feel to it is when you're at a higher setting with the Hypervolt, you don't feel the heat as much. And then two, because it needs to have a broader area to contact the skin to get the heat through, you don't get as deep into the muscle. So you don't get as deep into the muscle, so it's not maybe as effective on those deeper layers of muscle. But again, you can apply a lot of pressure. It's pretty comfortable when you're doing it over the area. And again, I would use this on a bigger muscle group to help loosen up that tissue. If you have any questions, reach out to me at 703-912-7822 or schedule online at novacarwellness.com.